Your cat walked on you last night. You probably moved or groaned or nudged them aside, and your cat stood there for a second, looked directly at you, and kept going. Maybe they settled on your chest. Maybe they circled 3 times and dropped beside your legs. Maybe they walked the full length of your body and disappeared into the dark. You fell back asleep thinking it was just a cat being a cat. It wasn't. What happened in that moment was a specific, deliberate communication, not random, not restless energy, not hunger or boredom. Researchers who study feline social behavior have documented that this behavior follows a consistent pattern, and that pattern tells you something precise about your cat's internal state that almost no owner ever stops to read. Here's the thing. Most people assume cats are aloof. Science disagrees, strongly. A 2019 study out of Oregon State University tested 70 cats using the same secure base protocol previously used to study infant-parent attachment. 65% showed a secure attachment style with their primary owner. They used the human as a comfort base. They were distressed by separation. They settled and calmed when that person returned. The remaining 35% showed ambivalent or disorganized attachment, matching anxiety profiles, not independence. That's not aloofness. That's the full spectrum of attachment, and your cat falls somewhere on it. So when your cat walks on you at 3 in the morning, you're not dealing with an indifferent animal. You're dealing with an animal that is deeply bonded to you, using your sleeping body to communicate something layered, something most people misread or don't read at all. The first layer is territory and belonging. Cats mark ownership through scent glands located in their paw pads. Every step your cat takes on your body deposits a chemical signal that registers in feline social language as "this belongs to me," not possessively, protectively. Your cat isn't claiming you like an object. Your cat is embedding you into their social identity using the only chemical language evolution gave them for exactly that purpose. Dr. Mikel Delgado, a feline behavior researcher affiliated with UC Davis, has described this as the same scent transfer behavior observed between bonded cats in feral colonies. They walk on littermates. They walk on preferred sleeping companions. They walk on the surfaces that carry meaning to them. When your cat walks on you, they're performing the same social gesture that places you inside a specific social category, not the food source, not the shelter provider, but known and trusted companion, family. The second layer catches most owners completely off guard: nervous system co-regulation. Cats are small animals with a high surface area to body mass ratio. They lose heat faster than humans do. Your body under a blanket in a dark room is one of the most thermally stable environments in your cat's entire world. But here's what most people miss. It's not just warmth, it's rhythmic warmth. Research published in the journal Applied Animal Behavior Science documented that cats show measurable physiological calm in response to a sleeping human's steady breathing and heartbeat. The slow, regular rise and fall of your chest functions simultaneously as an auditory signal and a tactile pulse. Your cat's nervous system attunes to that rhythm the way a second instrument attunes to a primary one. They're not just warming themselves on you, they're borrowing your calm, 2 nervous systems, one lending to the other. This is the same mechanism that explains kneading. Kneading is a carryover behavior from kittenhood, when nursing cats pressed their mother's body to stimulate milk flow. Adult cats who knead before settling on a human are running a full nesting sequence drawn from the deepest layer of early life experience. The walking is the approach and assessment. The kneading is the commitment. The stillness afterward is the answer. You're safe enough. And by the way, if your cat skips the kneading and goes straight to settling, that's not disinterest, that's confidence. They already know the answer. There's a second thing the nesting sequence reveals. Cats who complete the full sequence, walk, knead, settle, slow breathing, are almost always cats with secure attachment scores in research settings. Cats who start the walk and then leave without settling are showing something different. not disinterest, uncertainty. They want proximity. They haven't yet confirmed it's safe enough to commit. If your cat walks on you regularly but never actually stays, that's worth paying attention to. The walk is the reaching out. The settling is the trust. If you want to understand what your cat is telling you every single day, subscribe right now so you never miss a video. The third layer is navigational, and this one surprises people. Cats are crepuscular animals, peak biological activity at dawn and dusk. Midnight isn't their peak hour, but the tail end of their evening activity window bleeds into the early night. In the wild, feline ancestors used elevated terrain during these transition periods to survey their range. Height gave them information, safety, sightlines. Your sleeping body, raised under a blanket in a quiet room, functions as elevated terrain. Your cat approaches it for the same biological reason their ancestors climbed ridges. A study from the University of Lincoln used GPS tracking technology to measure domestic cat movement at night across multiple households. Cats who slept indoors with humans still showed measurable movement spikes between midnight and 3 a.m. They weren't prowling, they weren't hunting, they were checking their environment's key points. And the most common checkpoint across nearly every home in the study was the bonded human. Your cat walking on you at night is a welfare check. They're confirming you're present, breathing, warm, unchanged. Now, here's the part almost nobody addresses: what your cat is reading from you while they walk. Cats are extraordinarily sensitive to human physiological state. A 2015 study from Nottingham Trent University found that cats actively modified their behavior in response to owners' stress levels. When owners reported elevated anxiety, cats sought more physical contact, not less. They pressed harder into the body, stayed for longer durations, moved more slowly across the length of the body, as if conducting a more thorough assessment pass. If your cat has been particularly persistent about walking on you at night and particularly reluctant to settle and leave, look honestly at what your week has looked like. Cats don't understand deadlines. They don't know what financial pressure or relationship strain or health worry means, but they feel what those things do to your body: the shift in your breathing pattern, the tension held in your muscles, the disruption in the depth of your sleep, and they respond to those signals by moving closer. Your cat walking on you at 3 in the morning may be your cat communicating, in the only physical language available to them, that something in your body has changed, and they are not going to pretend they haven't noticed. Now, there's a dominance misconception worth pulling apart completely. A significant portion of popular advice suggests that allowing your cat to walk on you and sleep on you teaches the cat that it controls the relationship, that you're reinforcing a dynamic where the cat leads. This isn't supported by the science of feline social behavior. Cats don't organize their social structures around linear dominance hierarchies the way wolves or primates do. The University of Bristol's School of Veterinary Sciences published a review in 2016 specifically addressing this point. Feline social organization is built around resource availability and preference proximity, not ranked status. A cat who walks on you and settles there has selected you as a preferred resource. That selection isn't a power move, it's attachment. Blocking this behavior based on dominance logic doesn't teach your cat to respect you. It removes one of the core bonding mechanisms your cat has available to use with you. The walks aren't a negotiation, they're an offering. The fourth message is temporal, and this one is genuinely striking. Cats track biological time with a precision that consistently surprises researchers. Not clock time, not calendar time. The circadian rhythms in domestic cats are tightly calibrated, and they learn their owner's daily patterns faster than most owners ever realize. If you reliably wake at 7, your cat's cortisol begins rising around 6:45. Their body prepares for your waking before you wake. A research team at Tokyo University studied owner-cat interaction timing across 16 households over 3 full months. Cats anticipated owner waking events with a mean accuracy of 11 minutes, using behavior changes including increased movement and proximity seeking in the 15 minutes before the owner stirred. That's not instinct, that's a learned schedule, built by watching you closely enough to internalize your rhythms. When your cat walks across you in the hour before dawn, they may not be asking for anything at all. They may be responding to the expectation that you are about to wake, moving to be near you when you do, because they have learned that this is when their world reorganizes, and they want to be part of the reorganization. Here's what all of this adds up to. The cats that walk on you at night are the cats that have fully bonded. They've invested in you. They trust you enough to use your sleeping body as a checkpoint, a thermal source, a scent canvas, and a physiological signal board. The cats that never do this aren't calmer or more self-sufficient. They often carry less secure attachment, less positive association with human proximity, less confidence that the connection holds. If your cat walks on you at night, stop calling it an inconvenience. They're your person, and in the quiet, honest grammar of feline attachment, walking across you in the dark is how they check that sentence is still true. There are cats in shelters right now who have stopped checking. Cats who learned, through loss or repeated disruption, that no one stays long enough to be worth checking on. What you have with your cat isn't automatic. It's built through every night they came to you and kept alive every time you didn't push them away. They're not walking on you because they have nowhere else to go. They're walking on you because, in the full vocabulary of what a bonded cat knows how to say, there is nowhere they would rather be.